Hey everybody, welcome back. This is our last official Garage Hammer day of the summer. It's mid-August, so we're probably not going to get any more of these in before we go to the Michigan GT in September or the Heresy thing next weekend. So we are calling this the last official Garage Hammer day. We're going to be playing a massive game of 30K today. We have 6 players, something like 16,000 points on the table. We've got 2 tables set up. We're actually going to be playing a long way to long way. It's going to be an awful lot of fun. Mike wrote up a special mission for us. We'll go over some of the rule details for that in a minute. We'll take a look at some of the armies and start throwing some dice on the table. Alright guys, sorry for the low light, but it's super muggy outside, so we closed the door to try to get some AC going in the garage. We're not going to go through every army because that's just a lot of stuff, so we're just going to kind of give you a brief overview of the battle and talk about what is kind of generally on the table. So what we have, we've got Loyalists over here, consisting of Raven Guard, Solar Auxilia, and Mechanicum. And over here we have Alpha Legion, Emperor's Children, and more Mechanicum as Traitors. There are also some Demon allies that are in here, and that's actually part of the fluff for the mission that Eidolon and Fulgrim have managed to kind of open a warp gate, and they're kind of just spewing out demons. That's why there's no real rhyme or reason to what the demons have. There's some Tzeentch stuff, there's some Nurgle stuff. That just happens to be what we all own and could put on the table. Anyway, we've got some Alpha Legion infiltrated up here. There's a Spartan full of Terminators. That's going to suck. 20 Tactical Marines also over here on the flank. Some Blight Drones, a Lord of Change, the Typhon, Nurgle Demons, Tzeentch Demons, a Tzeentch Demon Prince, I think. 10, Mike's new pride and joy, his 10-man heavy support squad with las cannons. Sitting right there. There's a couple tactical squads. I'm sorry, tactical squad in that one, and a cacophony squad in that one. Mike is using the 3rd Company Rite of War, which is awesome. Whirlwind Scorpius, and a whole bunch of Mechanicum stuff. Thanatar with a mortar, Domitar is the Archimagos, Castellax, the Knight Atropos, Vindicator with the Laser Destroyer Array, some Thalax, and some Thralls over here. They're going to be pushing towards our deployment zone. The mission is actually, at the beginning of every turn, starting in turn 2, troops and elite choices, I believe, that have the infantry or jump infantry, can score 1 point if they are in the opponent's half of the table. So we're trying to keep them out. They're trying to keep us out. We got a lot of stuff moving back and forth. So to start with the allied stuff, I have an infiltrating More Death than Sniper squad over here with Captain Alvarex to give me that deep strike bubble. I've got some assault squads here, some more Dark Furies right here, some of Will's Myrmidons right here. There's a Medusa squadron right there. Will's Knight Lancer. We're going to try for some night-on-night combat. Some of these, what are those called? The Silax? Whatever they are, the radiation guys. Brian's got his command squad right here in the ruins. There's a squad of multi-laser rapiers right there. Corvus Corax himself and his retinue of Dark Furies are right here in the middle, getting ready to jump wherever they can. We've got a couple Dracosian transports, a squadron of Layman Russ executioners, Thanatar with the big las cannon, and the graviton punch things right there. More assault squads, more transports with troops in them. In reserve, we've got a lot, actually. Mike has a flyer and an assault squad and some outflanking jet bikes. That's it for you guys, right? Oh, yeah, that's it for them. Will has a whole bunch of his Thalax units are all going to deep strike in. I have 5 drop pods full of junk and a flyer full of more death in as well. I've got 2 Deathwinds tactical squad and a tactical support squad, as well as a Dreadnought and a drop pod. Oh, there's there's like 16,000 points on the table, guys. It's going to be amazing. Oh, the Infernus. We kept the Malkador Infernus in reserve as well. Yeah, and there's another Lightning coming on. So we got lots to play with. Right now, we strategically won the role to go first, but decided to give them first turn. So they got to deploy first and go first, and we are not going to seize. So they actually have the first turn. There is night fighting. Brian's Warlord trait gives him blind bomb, so he has shrouded with everything in his army, which is cool. Will, I don't know what Will has. Me, I've got Corax that allows him to run, and they've got a whole bunch of fun stuff too, because I know that Dynat is... No, wait. Yeah, Dynat's in here in the Spartan. Will's got Mike, has Eidolon in reserve, deep striking in with his assault squad, and there's another Archimagos back there as well. So we really only got 2 Warlord traits we're rolling in the entire army. All right, turn 1 coming up. All right, top of turn 1. There is night fighting in play, which is, again, thematic because we have the lights kind of down dark in here. Everything kind of moved forward a lot. Just like spread out a lot to keep us from deep strike and drop pods in. The Typhon just turned and aimed its blast up at the rapiers in the building and managed to kill about half of the squad. And one of my Dark Furies on the first level, that was pretty good for them. The rapiers did make their leadership check. There's only 2 guys left and 2 artillery pieces. So lots of wounds dealt with on them. The tactical marines here just kind of shuffled around. They didn't move a whole lot. Typhon just moved forward a little bit and killed 5 of my assault marines, but they managed to make their leadership check and are staying. And that's really about it. The Knight Atropos actually did a hull point to himself with his D-cannon shot, and then didn't do anything to Will's Knight. He made his invulnerable save. I lost 1 sniper to a round, from the Phalanx down here. They made all their cover saves against the Whirlwind. And that was it, I think. The Medusa. Medusa took 10 las cannons from the heavy support squad and only ended up with a glance because of cover saves. Night fighting cover saves, and then the Shroud of Blind Barrage turn 1 really helped. So that's it. We're going to move into the bottom of turn 1, see if we can't get some punches back at these guys. Bottom of turn 1. I had a Deathstorm drop pod come and land right there and took a hull point off each of the rhinos. I actually only rolled 1 round of firing for it. So he actually got 3 shots at each, at every unit, which is a lot of units around here. So I managed to do 1 hull point to that rhino on a stun, 1 hull point here and it's immobilized. Nothing on the knight. I took out a pink core. I took out 1 plague bearer. I actually hit and wounded the demon prince in front. He needs a grounding test. We got to do that shortly. But then Brian shot a siege shell from his transport, the Decrozian transport here, and it deviated and actually blew my own drop pod up, which was kind of cool because the explosion actually took off the last hull point from that rhino. It was funny, but I would have rather had my drop pod still there next turn. That's all right. I got another one. He's going to come there if I can. My tactical support squad with 5 plasma guns dropped into here and shot the back of the Vindicator. Now, we are playing, there's a universal rule on the table where all gets hot weapons gets hot on a 1 or 2 because of the irradiated atmosphere. I did lose 1 guy, but the Vindicator is blown up. The drop pod killed 1 thrall with its bolters. Back over here, not much happened with the Knight. My snipers took a single wound off of the Phalanx right here, mostly because I just rolled poorly on their dead shot wound rolls. Lots of 1s and 2s and 3s and only 1 6. The las cannons actually intercepted fire on the drop pod and failed to do anything. They missed and I made cover saves. I killed 1 of the plague drones with bolter fire and did another wound on him with Nex, who was sitting right there with his chain fire. He hit 10 times, wounded 4 times, but Larry made 3 cover saves. Corvus Corax and his little buddies are hiding around the building, just taking cover from the now exposed Cacophony squad. And that was really about it. My assault squad failed to actually hit the Spartan with a melta-bomb, though, so they're in trouble. But otherwise, I think that's it, gentlemen. I think that's all we did. So we're moving into turn 2. All right, so top of turn 2. Mike got his big assault squad with Eidolon to deep strike right here, and Larry infiltrated 2 veteran tactical squads right here. So now they have 3 potential scoring units in our zone at the beginning of next turn. The Knight shot at and then tried to charge the other Knight, and it failed. It did take a hull point off with the shooting. I lost 2 of my Dark Furies, and we took a couple wounds here and there from Nurgle's Rocks. Even though the Demons are not the primary detachment, as part of the fluff for the scenario, we are using the Warp Storm table, and it hurt us decently well this turn, I have to say. Even if it's just a handful of infantry on just a random chance like that, it was pretty good. Will lost a couple of his crabby people from that. Actually, that's what killed them. Yeah. The Nurgle's Rot, and what else?
1 got rotted out, and then 2 got shot by
Thanatar?
I think so, yes.
Cool. I lost 1 of my Dark Furies to the Cacophony squad. The Thunderbolt, the lightning came in and blew up the Decrozian, and the infantry disembarked over here. The light drones keep moving this way. The dread-hammered armed Typhon turned this way and obliterated most of my tactical squad, left 1 guy alive, and the bolters from that squad over here, the 20-man squad, finished him off. Terminator stayed in their Spartan, rolled forward a little bit, tried to snap fire at the Decrozian over here, but I Death or Gloried it with my Melta Bomb and shook it, but that means I lost my Melta Bomb Sergeant. Kind of sucks, but it meant that only one last cannon was firing normally here through Machine Spirit, and Brian actually made a cover save. So that was it. Not a whole lot is down. My tactical support squad did get killed by the Castellax back there in the corner. 9 of my 10 Assault Marines got pasted by the Whirlwind Scorpius back there. So they are retreating. Unfortunately, we are using the Meat Grinder rules. That means that he can't come back yet. He's still stuck on the table. My tactical support squad and my tactical bolter squad both can, though. But my assault squads are beat up, but not destroyed. So they can't come back on the table this next turn. So I got to try to find a way to try to actively destroy my own units. That's going to be fun.
Absorb Overwatch.
Yeah, they're going to try. They're going to throw themselves into stupid fights and hope they win. All right, and by winning I mean lose. So bottom of turn 2 coming up. We got a lot of reserves to roll for. All right, notice there are a lot less Assault Marines over here, or a lot fewer, excuse me, proper English. They got hosed by Irradiation Flamers and the Malkador Furnace, which came on. We had a pretty good roll for reserves this turn. Everything except my Storm Eagle with my More Death and decided to show up. That was pretty cool. So we also decided that the Meat Grinder rule really kind of is cheesy with drop pods because drop pods are automatically immobile. I could just wreck my drop pod and deep strike the tactical squad and the tactical support squad in every turn. So we figured that was a little cheesy. So we just walked the tactical Marines on here and the tactical squad back there. I did regroup with that Assault Marine. He's all by himself and I need him to die, so he's going to charge something next turn. Those guys over here shot at and then tried to charge the Blight Drones, killed one with shooting and failed to make the charge. We dropped all but 1 hull point off the Spartan. It is immobilized. That was mostly thanks to the lightning. The Thanatar was right there, failed his charge. Over here, the Dark Furies in the middle charged the Pink Horrors and managed to only kill 2, and Mike rolls a boxcars for their demonic instability, and they disappeared, which is actually good for them because they're troops. They get to deep strike back onto the table. Yeah, that's going to be fun. Corax and next charged into the Demon Prince, or actually, the Lord of Change, right there. Corax used his whip to make it so the Demon Prince, Lord of Change, I'll get it right one of these days, needed 5s to hit him, so he missed Corax completely, and Corax managed to do a wound to him, but he's okay because he's fearless. The other Dark Fury squad, I lost one to Overwatch, and the Chooser of the Slain managed to get in, issued a challenge against the Sergeant, and failed to rend through his Artificier armor, so they're just stuck. Will deep struck in a whole bunch of Thalax squads that didn't do a lot in shooting, but they're going to score. The Las Cannon squad did get broken and is running off the table right now. What broke them, guys?
Basilisk. Or
oh, the Griffin, or the Basilisk, not the Basilisk, Medusa, thank you. The Medusa mortar broke them. My Dreadnought drop pod came down, and they actually intercepted him and shook him. So I had to snap fire my melted gun and multi-melt at the Scorpius, and I missed. But thanks to the retro rockets rule on the Dreadnought drop pod, the shrouding saved him from being destroyed because he did get 4 penetrating hits. I managed to save 3 of them though. We already got them. They blew up my tactical squad. That was it this turn, right? Did I miss anything else? No, I don't think so. We're good to go. Scoring. This is now. Oh, the Knight. How did I forget the Knight? The Lancer, because the Atropos failed to get the charge off this turn, the Lancer got his, and that's never a good thing for another Knight because he gets to go first, and he de-weaponed him in the face and blew up the Atropos. It was a de-weapon hit, but it stayed right in place and only hit the Lancer in the face with a Strength 10 blast, and nothing else. So this game scores for troop choices in each other's table halves in the beginning of the game turn. So now we are starting turn 3. We have 1 for the Thalax unit. You have to be troops of 5 models or more. So 1 here, and that's it for us. So we got 1 last turn from the tactical squad that I dropped in. We got 1 more this turn from the Thalax, and then 1 for blowing up the Knight because that is a secondary mission. And they got 1 for having 5 members of the assault squad still standing right here. If they had gotten guys out of the Rhinos, they would have had some more points. Same thing with the Terminators and the Spartan over there. But we had our 1 from last turn giving us 3, and they have 1 this turn. So the score is 3-1. Turn 3 coming up. Top of turn 3, the tactical squad here turned around, and along with what else? I don't think actually anything else. Shot at they just really did a good job against the 4 Assault Marines. Killed 3 of them, broke them. So that last guy's running away right there, which stinks because he can't come back. I wanted him to die. Larry decided not to try to charge him or do anything with the Blight drone. The Terminators charged at my tactical support squad with plasma guns, lost one in Overwatch, and then obliterated them in combat, of course. The Flyer took a couple hull points off of the Malkador and Furnace, but it's still okay. I lost one Marine to bolter fire over here. Actually, to melta gun fire. Bolters, I was okay. That Marine is still okay. They ignored him smartly. Over here, the Assault Marines and the Thalax charged in to my my Mordethan squad. The captain didn't do anything, but one of my Mordethan killed one of the Assault Marines, which dropped them below 5 models, so they no longer are scoring in our zone. But the Thalax took their place, so they've got a Thalax squad here that is going to score unless I can do something about that. This combat, I don't think we did this combat. Did you guys do this?
Which one?
The Thralls versus the Thalax?
Oh, no, we didn't.
All right, you guys can figure that out, but it's really not going to get involved in the scoring this turn. It might next turn if the Thalax survive. The Domitars and the Castellax right here blew up my drop pod really easily. They killed one of the snail dudes. I killed 2 of the Cacophony with my Raven Guard, with the Dark Fury Chooser of the Slain, but they made their leadership check, so they're okay. Corax managed to kill the Demon Prince because he didn't have the tome of the Grimoire of Many Names on him, so he was a lot easier to kill. Sorry, Greater Demon, the Lord of Change. The Demon Prince actually has the 3-up invul and save now. The Dreadhammer had to turn to get away from my Dreadnought, so it didn't shoot at anything, which was awesome. Over here, the jet bikes came in, put some wounds on the Thalax, but they're still there to score, and that's about it. So we got to knock them back, kick them in the teeth a little bit to see if we can't knock some of their scoring units out of our table edge, but at the same time try to score, because right now they have 5 guys in our zone. We have 1 scoring unit in theirs. I have 1 in reserve and outflank, so I'm going to be able to get another one in. I just got to do it smartly so that I can get guys in and get guys out at the same time. So we're going to go to the bottom of 3 right now. So unfortunately, as things tend to go with games this big, it's taken forever. It's now 7 o'clock. We started around 2ish, and we just finished turn 3, so we're actually going to call the game because we're all hot, sweaty, sticky, and tired. And it's kind of it's an uphill climb for the Traitors, but it's not unreachable. We're making it really hard for them, though. Corax charged in on the Typhon after it got hit by a couple shots, and he managed to blow it up. It scattered right back on him, though, and went apocalyptic. But he actually made his invuln save. He didn't get the D-weapon hit. He made his invuln save, so he didn't take any wounds. One of the Thalax was killed, though. This Thalax squad is still scoring for us, which is cool. Finally, my Mordethan Flamer troops came in, and they are in the scoring zone, so they actually get a point because they have Implacable Advance. So we got 2 more points this turn, plus 1 for blowing up the Typhon, which gave us a grand total of 7. They managed to kill Captain Alvarex, though. Eidolon smacked him in the face with the Thunderhammer. I did do a wound to him, which was cool, but then the rest of the Mordethan and the Assault Marine I jumped in there to sacrifice didn't die, and they just turned around and they're running away. So that didn't help, but I did manage to kill one of the Thalax, which kept them from scoring next. You had to have 5 models in a unit to score. Over here, all the radiation engines and the Infernus cannon managed to just torch all the Marines that were here scoring, so they didn't get any points from them. The Volkites came around the corner along with the multi-lasers and obliterated the Demon Prince. Yay! You go, grunts. Do what you need to do. Oh, he stripped off some hull points on the Typhon with the lightning. Over here, we kind of just left him on 1 hull point because we didn't want to blow it up. But the plasma guns came back on from ongoing reserve like we had said the rules were going to, and along with the executioners over here, managed to annihilate all the Terminators here and leave Dynat on a single wound. The Terminators would come back as soon as... Actually, this could be voluntarily wrecked if we had gone on to turn 4, and it could roll back on, which would be really bad. But we did nothing against these Marines, so they actually scored a point here for them as well. Grand total final score in turn 3, it's going to be 7 for the Loyalists, 5 for the Marines, or for the Traitors, but I still think they had a chance to keep getting some points if the game had gone on to turn 6 like it was supposed to, but we are just exhausted, and we got a lot to clean up and a lot to put away. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys are enjoying looking at all these sweet-ass armies we got up here. Just lots of awesome colors that have been put on this table. This is what the hobby's all about. So thanks for watching, and see you again in the next Bat Rep.